See, when people put it in these terms where they're sexualizing it or they're treating the wives as they're just numbers and objects, and it says more about them than it does about the situation. So are you one of those people that are putting yourself in that situation where you are judging people based on something you don't know?
Warning, viewer discretion is advised. The content, viewed as an educational material you are about to experience, could challenge your belief, trigger strong emotions, and frankly, piss you off. This isn't for everyone. If you're not ready to confront new ideas, or if your feelings bruise easily, this might be the time to click away. Expect to be challenged, to think, and you might even want to scream at the screen. Proceed with caution, and remember, you chose to be here. Let's get it.
Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's your Coach Nyla, one of the co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as co-author of the book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. Okay, let's get into this video. Okay, so I have a question, and I want you guys to be honest, all right? The question is, what are your thoughts about women who come in as second wives, additional wives, subsequent wives, if you will? I try to steer away from that word, but it's still what it is, and people say it. In polygyny, those who are married or who are marrying or who are looking to marry a married man, someone who's already married. See, when I put it in those different terms, the answers might change. However, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments right now. Let's get it. Let's have the conversation. What do you think about women who marry men who are already married? Now, I've heard a number of things. A number of things from baby mama, side chick, side piece, side wife, not the real wife, home wrecker, snake, a lot of different things. And some of those things were told to me, not even told to me, were talked about, were used to describe me, so to speak. Because for those who are new to this channel, welcome. And for those who are just returning, hey, welcome back. Again, I am Coach Nazir's second wife. He's been married to Coach Fatimah for over 25 years. And I'm like, it's longer than that, but we're gonna have a nice little, somewhat round number, over 25 years. And he's been practicing polygyny over 14 years. So meaning that, came in as a second wife over 14 years ago. The thing is that I've heard a number of those things, but then I've also heard good things too. People will say, wife is a wife is a wife. I've said that a number of times when they say, second wife or other wife or, it's still his wife type of thing. And that's, I heard that with other people too, not just me. I'm personalizing it right now because I'm telling a little story about me. However, there are a number of additional wives out there, and they get a similar type of thing, whether it's through social media, whether it's through people that's talking about them to other people, whether it's, from their co-wife, it could be the good and the bad and the ugly, the good or the bad and the ugly. It doesn't matter. But I want to know what you think about it. Why do I want to know what you think about it? Because this is what I want. This is my challenge to you. I'm putting these challenges out here because I want to challenge your thinking and I want you to hold yourself accountable. I am known as the accountability coach. I'm not just Coach Nazir's second wife or his other wife. I'm a coach, just like my co-wife, she's a coach as well. And Coach Nazir, of course, he's a coach as well. And when it all comes down to it, our methods are different. The way we coach are different, or is different. The way we coach is different. The way we coach are different. The way we coach is different. Anywho, when it comes down to it, I like women to hold themselves accountable. I don't care whether whether I would have been a first wife, second wife, or anything like that. I was an only wife before, and I got divorced, and then I married into polygyny. So I've not only been my married life has not only been in polygyny. So when it all comes down to it, I know we all have different types of feelings. I know there are different things when a person don't know something or know a person or know things about a person. Sometimes we become judgy. But I want to ask you to ask yourself, am I just judging based on my own personal experience? And I'm putting that on everybody else? And that's a blanket thing all around the board? Or is it that I've heard something and I've heard horror stories and I'm not learning from other people to find out if this is a consistent thing, or realizing that everybody don't tell their business? And just as much negative out there, there's probably that much more positive, or even double that, because negative news tend to spread a whole lot faster because it's so much more juicy. So I'm asking you to ask yourself, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Or what was the first thing that came to your mind? Before you learned, if you changed your mindset, if you learned something new, if you learned something new from our channel, I hope you have. I hope you've learned something and grown from watching any of our videos. And if you have, make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and please share, because sharing is caring. So back to that, I just want to let you know, if you're receiving benefit, help out other people and, send this information to them as well. So I want to know, what do you think about that? I've heard so many people say these things, and this you will see all through the comments. This is not like a secret, where people say, if a husband married again and he didn't care about his first wife's feelings, that's not usually the case. And I will say that's not usually the case because men want to be more. Men want to, and I'm saying men, true men, people who want to grow and be better and have a better outcome in life and to teach others and help others grow. They want to become more. They want to give more. They want to do more. So that is what it's about. That is what it's about. See, when people put it in these terms where they're sexualizing it, or they're treating the wives as they're just numbers and objects, and it says more about them than it does about the situation. So are you one of those people that are putting yourself in that situation where you are judging people based on something you don't know, or based on, oh, this was my individual experience, so it has to be like that all around the board? There's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do things. That doesn't matter. It doesn't stop with polygyny. It doesn't stop with monogamy. It doesn't stop. That's all around the board. And I know you guys probably like, okay, yeah, that's like duh, Coach Nyla. Yes, it's like duh. So we need to understand that before we start spewing out specific things because of our hurt heart. Then we need to try to seek first to understand, then be understood. So why am I doing this video? What's the purpose of that? For one, to educate and to get you all to kind of see things from a wider lens. When it all comes down to it, when I hear people or I read the different things and they say, well, if he did this and a second wife isn't worth it, a second wife isn't worth it, a second wife isn't worth it. I don't know how many times I've seen that over and over and over again. And people could say, well, Coach Nyla, would you speak on this if you were not a second wife? I would argue and say, yes, I would, because I believe in accountability. I don't care who you are. I believe in justice and being just, no matter who you are and what timeline you came in. I will argue to say that, but I'm not a second wife. So, and I realize they're the ones that are not hurt as much. And not taking anything away from first wives at all, because I got your back too. But I'm also going to hold you accountable as well. You know, so, and I shout out to one of the sisters. I want to try to find it so I can post it. But she said something about, yeah, she helped firsties too. I think she said firsties. And I was like, I never heard that. That's pretty cool. And yes, I coach wives, whether they're first wives, whether they're initial wives or additional wives. It doesn't matter. So, because I believe we all should be able to grow. It doesn't matter. And have fulfillment in love and joy and support, right? So when it comes down to it, because I believe that, it does bother me when I say, well, a second wife isn't worth all of that. A second wife isn't, or she's just a second wife, or just another woman type of thing. Like, are second wives or additional wives not people? Do they not have feelings? Do they not bleed? No. What I'm saying is, like, what does that mean when you just diminish them as though they don't have any rights or feelings, or they shouldn't have enjoyment and fulfillment as well? Another thing that's been said a lot is that how does polygyny benefit women? If, all it does is take away from the first wife. All it does is take away from the first wife. Again, this is not a versus. This is me definitely putting it out here so you guys can see it. You have to be able to put it out there so people can understand what's going on. You have to lay it out on the table. So when you see those things over and over and over again, it's like, okay, is someone really intentionally trying to hurt someone? But you say it doesn't benefit women. It doesn't say it doesn't benefit the first wife. You say it doesn't benefit women. So what does that leave a second wife or an additional wife? She's not a woman. She's not someone who it will benefit. Oh, or is it a problem because it benefits her? So if it benefits her, then it definitely can't benefit the first wife either. When I've seen time and time and time again, even first wives can vouch for it. If you're a first wife and you can vouch for it, put it in the comments. Let these people know that you have benefited in polygyny. You're a first wife, say, I'm a first wife and I benefited in polygyny. Because the thing is, the negative, like I stated before, the negative narrative is so juicy that is what goes further and faster. You benefited, put it out there. If you didn't, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why you're not benefiting. Do you have to benefit? I feel that in your marriage, and polygyny is not, you're not practicing polygyny, but it's still part of your lifestyle only because your husband is married to someone else. And if you're not benefiting in your marriage, then you need to ask yourself why. Why? You and your husband should be benefiting. Just like she and her husband and the husband you guys share should be benefiting. Regardless of if it's her staying at home or you're staying at home and you don't have to work. Whether it's, you have some extra help. Now you can have extra help and not choose to have the extra help. That doesn't mean you're not benefiting. That means you choose not to benefit. So are you choosing not to benefit or are you not benefiting? So you have to ask yourself those things if you're not. But my thing is when those comments come out where it's like, how are the women benefiting? And it cuts off and pretty much puts out there that anybody who's not the first wife is not a woman. And even if she is, then she shouldn't benefit if she's not benefiting. You're not going to benefit in the same way, not all the time. But you have to understand, are you choosing not to benefit or are you not benefiting? And if you're not benefiting, why? And if you're not benefiting, why are you still in some place where you don't feel that you're benefiting? I'm not saying go have a divorce, go get a divorce. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have to look at what's going on and look at the underlying issues. and to just put polygyny out there as that's the issue, then it says more, again, it says more about you and your growth and your mindset than it does about the situation. Polygyny has been around for a long time, yes, and so has monogamy. And yes, if you choose not to be a part of it, it's what it is. That's your choice. Here's my thing. If that's your choice, let that be your choice. But putting it out there that other people shouldn't benefit or that they don't benefit, or you're just spewing this negative energy because of whatever your personal experience or feelings or biases are, again, it says more about you. And you have to watch that, especially if you're Muslim. I gotta point y'all out and say it, especially if you're Muslim. Because if you are, and Allah regulated polygyny, Allah allows polygyny, the best of us practiced polygyny, for you to say something negative about it, it says a lot about your character, and you have to watch your tongue. And it says how you feel about what Allah allows. And those are for my Muslims out there. Because if I don't remind you, then that's going to be on me. So when it all comes down to it, be careful. Seek first to understand, then be understood. You're going to have your story. Your story is your story. No one can take that away from you. But don't take away someone else's story either. Don't take someone else's story, their glory, their benefits, anything like that, because you choose not to benefit or you did not benefit. Find a way to benefit. Find a way to help out. Again, like I say in many of my videos, focus on the greater good. What you focus on is what you're going to get. The more you focus on negative, you're going to get more negative. When you focus more on positive, you're going to get more positive. You want to know how to do that? You want to know step by step? You want me to work with you? Then I look forward to seeing if this is something that we can do together. And make sure you look in the description and put in your application. I'm here to help. I'm definitely here to help. I want people to grow. I want people to win. I don't care if you're first wife, second wife, third wife, fourth wife, not a wife yet at all. I want you to win. I want you to grow. So that's me being passionate about this thing. This is my big game. The big game is like, what is something that I'm so passionate about that I can keep doing this year after year after year. And it's making sure that families are happy, fulfilled, growing. And that starts with me helping and working with the women. I work with the children too, but it's me helping, working with the women. Because people are watching us, and we are the ones who are being the nurturers, the comforters, the people out there that are helping the future generation to grow and get out there and be wonderful and have a wonderful life. Okay, so anyway, and that's what you want. I'm looking forward to seeing the applications. I'm looking forward to working with you if we are a good fit. But if not, hey, continue to watch these videos, put your comments in, make sure you share, because sharing is caring. Hope you got some good information from this video, because seriously, we need to be careful with what we are saying, because we sound so hypocritical when we say that it doesn't benefit the wife or it doesn't benefit women if it's not benefiting just us by ourselves. The society as a whole is greater than the single person. And the way things are going, we need every bit of help to help our society be better than what it's been. So Until next time, make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. I look forward to seeing you in the group coaching. Look at the description below and you'll find out more information about it. Until next time, it's your coach, Coach Nyla, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.